What's going on YouTube? I am your host R.S.J of R.S.J Creations, here to bring you another video. I am going to show you how to use reference from different images to put your own creative spin by putting them all together into your own iteration of a fan art piece, or you can even apply this information for your own original characters. Before I get started, I already know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Is this dude sponsored by Coca-Cola? This is just a shirt. I just wanted to wear it. I am not sponsored by Coca-Cola. However, if any Coke executives or Coke dealers are watching, yo, shoot me an email. Seriously, no Coke dealers, all right? We do Coca-Cola. Sponsor me. To be clear, using reference is not the same as copying or plagiarizing. There are a lot of artists, myself included, from time to time, have this thing in the back of our heads, or have this false idea that if I use reference from one image and then put it to my thing, I'm copying that. Now, there are some clear-cut copies of original works. And then other times it's just you taking something, this was a good idea, this is a good idea, but I'm going to put all that else away, take the little bit and apply it to my own thing, put my spin on it, and voila. Basically, that's what referencing is. So I'm going to show you how I use references from different places and put it all together into my own fan art piece of this motherfucker right here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started. Alright, so like I said before, when you're creating fan art pieces or your own original characters, it does not hurt to use reference. So as you can see right here, I'm circling right at the bottom of whatever, I forget exactly what, my layers window. So this is what I use for my reference, and as you can see, it's pretty loaded with references. Of course, we have the Red Ranger. So I just wanted to take a look at his aesthetic and what the source material is. Taking elements from these Naruto vest and also the helmet. Now this is a fan art piece, and I just saw this when I was Googling images to, splice together. I'm going to look into who this artist is because I saw that he or she has a collection of these helmets, and I'm going to be using them as reference for my other pieces in here. So I am going to find out who this person is, link their social media plugs into the description below so you can go check out their pages. Because here's the thing, guys, we're not stealing anything over here, alright? We are referencing, and you can even reference from the creative spin of other artists, because you're really just taking small pieces of everything and putting it all together. Alright guys, so quick pause here. I'm in the middle of editing this video, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm going to look at the artist, his work. His name is Christopher Ventura, or Chris Ventura, and his work is amazing. Like, just the level of technical skill, and oh my god, like, this guy has some really dope stuff. I highly suggest you guys, if you are watching this video, pause, go check out his Instagram, go check out his Facebook page, go check out his Twitter, and leave the guy some love, give him some likes, some comments, some follows. Go to his online store, purchase some of his prints. This stuff is definitely worth more than what he is charging for, but just amazing work here. So Chris, if you are watching this, thank you for putting your work out, and man, just keep doing what you are doing. Alright, back to the regular video. So I just wanted to create more, I just wanted to throw on some more reference images, even if the pose is something I wanted to tackle on. And we have here, zoom in, we have the Ninja Gaiden, who I took a pretty hefty amount of reference when it came to doing these lower leg portions. I'll show you what, and we'll get to that more, more in a minute. Additionally, you also want to use the you can use, so for what I'm doing, I'm using a Power Ranger to, making my own original spin of the fan art piece. So you guys already saw the piece put together, and really I'm just showing you how I put it together. So one of the things that helps, especially when you're getting those symbols or hard to design things, if it's already been done for you, what you can do as a nice little, is a pro tip for you. So make sure you're in the right layer. Always make sure you're in the right layer. God, so many mistakes have been made because I was not in the right layer. Select your magic wand tool. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can just go ahead and select the magic wand, and hit the white of this area. Now the cleaner that this is, the better it is. that's one way to do it. Then you got to hit the deselect, or I'm using a Mac computer, so it's Command D for me. Or you can hit this where it says color range. Hit color range, hit the sample color, click that. Then you can click Command Shift I for the inverse. Now that's only if it was just this image right here, because I got other stuff selected on the same image, but just a little tidbit trick to show you how to select. So you don't have to draw this exact thing with all these perfect lines and perfectly symmetrical. You can just take this from the symbol, take this and apply it to your figure. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a moment. But we're going to go zoom back out. Next, how I threw it all together, or the processes that I went to. In addition, I also wanted to see what their ninja swords or their katanas or ninjato, I'm not sure what it was officially called, but the katanas that they use in the show. Just more stuff to reference. I didn't really use too much of that. So before you do anything, before you even look at your reference, have an idea of body of the figure that you want to draw. The great thing is that if you're working digitally, all you gotta do is draw this whole thing once and make sure that the proportions are correct, that the anatomy is correct, all that good stuff, that it flows, that it's balanced, all that good stuff. So all you gotta do is make sure all that stuff is done once. Here's another trick for you guys. So when you have your figure, make sure, now if you're drawing on one side, make sure that you have the transform, right click and hit flip canvas horizontal or flip horizontal. So this should look just as balanced on either side. So he's not leaning too far in either direction, but he is well balanced. Actually, what I like to do is I like to start on one side, get to a certain point, then flip it and finish on another side, and then flip it back, and then just see what side I fucks with the most. Little pro tip for you guys. So here's the first draft. So with this first draft, I just went in, whatever the first draft, never go by your first draft, because your first draft, you're just using what you think looks right, or you're just going off of surface level imagination. You really want to dig deep. So on here, I have the shoulder pads. Looks like, from the Naruto jacket. I'll show you guys the reference again. So this is where I was getting at. These shoulder pads right here. So these shoulder pads right here that I was getting at. And the collars. That's what I wanted to apply with this first draft image. So between the shoulder pads, gotta make sure I'm in the right layer. Like I said, making sure I'm in the right layer. Jesus. And the collar. Now, I still want to keep the helmet. I don't want to do anything to really modify the helmet too much, because the goal here is, this is a Power Ranger, but this is my spin on it. So I still wanted to keep, and also keep this vest, keep the clothing kind of baggy, kind of loose. Same thing here. So basically wanted to do a Ninja Storm Ranger meets is in the village of the hidden, is there a Hidden Wind village? I think, yeah. No, the village, I'm tripping. But either which way, the village hidden in the sand is in the land of wind. That's right. Man, it's been a minute since I've seen Naruto. I even wanted to put the side compartment where they might have some ninja tools or kunai knives. And I just wanted to keep his shin guards very boxy, very edgy, to add to the armored aesthetic. And so that's how I approached this first one. It was really just me just going through it, and I didn't want to do the whole forearm wraparound. Just wanted to do kind of like a basic brace. But I have mixed feelings about this design, so I'm gonna go and try something else. Also, I really liked having some type of flowy texture. So the Red Ranger is actually the Ranger with his elemental power is the power of wind. So that's why I wanted to add these bandana stringy, flowy ribbons onto his style. And also, you can see right here, this is a direct Naruto reference with the open-toed shoe. But since this is the first draft and don't want to go off of this, let me try to go beyond the design. Now we're at the second draft. Now the second draft, is definitely more ninja-like. I took this all the way ninja. So my initial plan with this was to say, you know what, screw the helmets. This pain in the ass stuff. Let me just go ahead, add the hood. Have him with the actual like Naruto headband. Now with the headband, I wanted to use his Falcon symbol to put that on the headband. Really sell up that Naruto-esque aesthetic. And have these armor shoulder plates. And now something that I did like that I kept. So you guys saw the original design. The chest plate I kept. I just like the look of the chest plate, and with this was supposed to be the chest plate, and this was supposed to be like the chainmail type fabric. But then after I was done, and you know, have the I don't know what this is called, but whatever, and the belt or his belt, but you know, very very loose. Try to keep it loose with this, but I still had some armor on here, and instead of having the open toe shoe, I just want to do the classic like big toe and the rest of the toes with the ninja strap over them. But there was a lot of good things that I saw from this that I'm like, you know what? But overall, this is a no. Like the first draft, I liked the first draft a lot, but like I said, I didn't want to just go based off of the first draft. So that which led me. So after looking at the first draft and the second draft, and once again going back to my references, that's when my mind started to work how I wanted to put all this together.